How to become a construction estimator. Have you ever wondered what it takes to be able to build those big, beautiful buildings? Well, one of the first things that it takes is knowing how much it's going to cost. So if you like working with numbers and you like working with dollars, then being an estimator might be for you, and that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. Have you ever wondered what a construction estimator is, or even what they do? Well, if you want to learn more about how to become a construction estimator, you're going to want to stick around if you want to learn some of the tips of being a profitable estimator. Well, first we need to begin with what is construction estimating. It literally is the identification of cost associated with everything on a construction project. But that's not all. You're also going to be estimating how much time it's going to take to do something, how many laborers you're going to need, how many pieces of equipment you're going to need, and for how long. So when we're talking about estimation, we're not just talking about dollars and numbers. We're talking about a lot of other things, and that's what makes estimating so hard to learn. So one of the hardest things of understanding estimation are the outside influences that impact the potential cost of a project. So knowing and understanding what weather is going to do for a certain scope of work, or knowing and understanding what size or what kind of equipment is going to be necessary with this particular soil that you're dealing with on this project. Those are just a few examples of some of the outside influences that are going to be learned through your practical experience in construction. Now you say, what if I don't have practical experience? How can I still be an estimator? Well, it is possible. It's very possible when we look at the systems and procedures used in construction. So if we can follow the outline of what we want to get accomplished with an estimate and be able to break our estimate into components, we're going to be able to come up with a budget and identify the overall anticipated cost of what it's going to be to build this project. However, the accuracy and the risk involved with that particular project, if you do not have construction experience, is going to be higher. This is something that is a panic button for a lot of new entry individuals coming into the construction industry. They want to be a scheduler, but they feel that they don't have enough experience. Let me tell you, I've been in construction for a few years, and you can never have too much experience, and it is going to take the rest of your life to continue gaining the experience necessary for you to be an amazing estimator. So we all have to start somewhere, and we all have to get our feet wet. So if you do so by starting with the outline and structure of an estimate, then as you learn those other components and that really important construction industry knowledge base, and you will become a better estimator over time. Now, here's where there's some more controversy that's going to come in, and people are going to tell you that you need to have certifications and degrees in order to become an estimator. You need to go to school, and you need to be able to put that time in before you can be successful in this industry. I'm going to tell you that as an estimator and as a scheduler, which literally the two need to be married together, because everything that you're going to be doing in estimating needs to understand scheduling, and everything that you're doing in scheduling needs to understand estimating. But in these two areas of the construction industry, they are going to rely on your construction experience more than anything. So it is true that more formal education is going to provide you with that baseline. So if you do not have construction experience, Going to school and getting that certification and learning the fundamentals of estimating is going to be an important process in your development as an estimator. But there's no skipping experience, and being able to lean on mentors around you or being able to observe the work as it's happening is going to be the most valuable education that you're going to be able to capture in your development as an estimator. I will say that there are relevant skills that you need to have to be an estimator, and one that a lot of people might not consider is your relationship building. Your development of relationships that you're going to be having in the construction industry is going to be critical to being able to identify the costs associated with the work that you're bidding. So in some of those relationships, you might be able to hold on to a term of conditions a little bit longer than someone who doesn't have a relationship with that subcontractor. Maybe they're willing to provide you with a good price and hold on to that price just a little bit longer than the average 60 days or 90 days. Maybe that relationship makes sure that you get a bid over someone else because they know that they love working with your company, and so they're going to make sure that they give you the tightest, strongest number that they can before moving on to the next project. And so these are things that we're going to be working on as an estimator in our relationship development with suppliers, subcontractors, manufacturers, anybody who we're going to be asking pricing from when we're developing a bid. Now, you also need to be a problem solver. You need to be able to analytically think about how this is being done. Your practical experience is going to help guide you in the means and methods of what would be done, but your relationship with the superintendent who's going to be managing that project is going to be critical in understanding how they think that the procedure of that particular project is going to go, what means and methods they're going to implement, so that you can identify specific costs associated with completing the work for that project. Another skill that you're going to want to have is a little bit of innovation and creativity. You know, these jobs are getting tighter and tighter. Our profit margin isn't where it used to be. And so being able to kind of maneuver around things with a new perspective, a new understanding of the technologies of our world and how they can contribute to the work that you've been doing for years and years and years is also going to contribute to how competitive your estimate is going to be at bid time. As an estimator, we also have to be aware of our ability to have organization and management skills, but we also want to know and be able to use our computer skills. So being familiar with softwares that are going to benefit you in estimating is going to be critical. There's a lot of softwares out there, and the particular company that you're going to work for may actually dictate exactly what softwares you're going to be using. I personally would identify Excel as a tremendous software resource tool for anyone in the construction industry because it's so versatile. You can use it for so many things, and it transfers information nicely into other softwares that we're going to use for both scheduling and estimating. But whether it's Bluebeam or Sage or any of the other Primavera softwares that we use out there for the construction industry, it is going to be critical that you know and understand how to use that particular software, because you have to be able to find mistakes, you have to be able to check the accuracy of your bids before they go out, and if you don't know how to use your software, then you might not know where to identify some of the holes that might be showing really obviously in your estimate, but you don't know how to use the software well enough in order to be able to determine how to make those corrections. So there's a lot of career opportunities for estimators. Again, estimating needs to go hand in hand with scheduling, and so the opportunity to be able to work as a construction manager who provides estimating and scheduling services for a company is an excellent opportunity for having a pathway to a really great salary and being able to earn a career that is going to be stable for you. But it also offers entrepreneurship opportunities and you being able to go out and work on your own. But again, remembering that the amount of construction experience that you have is going to play a key role in really being able to identify outside influences and other things that you're going to be able to really narrow down and zone in on to make sure that your bid is the most complete, the most accurate, and the most successful in that bidding process. And most of all, if there's anything that I could tell any estimator out there, the most important thing that you can have in your corner is a mentor. When you are an estimator, being able to borrow and lean on the experience of others is going to be so incredibly valuable. We have something in construction that we call lessons learned. Those lessons learned are being held in the book of minds of our wise elder construction workers who are going to be leaving us soon in this new retirement wave that is hitting us. And so to be able to pull as much information from all of them and be able to apply it to how we do things, what is done, what type of equipment is necessary to do it, it allows us to be able to bid these jobs as tight as we possibly can and still offer a valuable profit margin for the contractor and be able to provide an expected deliverable for the owner. So, do you think you know everything that you need to in order to be a construction estimator? Or would you like a little bit of help? Well, if so, you can join the Construction Management Essentials. I'll leave the link in the description. But what it is the opportunity to have 12 weeks of our comprehensive program that provides mentorship that helps you learn while you work. And so being able to lean on the experience of others is going to help you become a successful estimator.